Before this video begins, I want to give a shout out to my bro, ZeraVoltage, aka Brian. Now, if y'all don't know, Brian actually had another channel, ZeraVoltage as well, but it had 100,000 subscribers, but got taken down by ShowPro, unfortunately. So guys, please subscribe to his new channel, help him get back to his goal. You know, he's been through a lot lately, guys. So if you all would go and give him a view and subscribe, it would help out a lot. Link to his channel will be in the description and the cards. Yo, what's up everyone? Treyman1 here. Welcome back to another Pokémon Journeys Anime review, guys. Today we are covering episode 71, the beginning of Project Mew. This is a very anticipated episode, as we all were wondering, how are they going to handle Project Mew? Is it going to be an arc? Is it just going to be episodes throughout the series? Well, we got a lot of answers today, and I got a lot to talk about, so let's go and get right into it. For starters, this is our first time back in the Center region since episode 24, so many episodes ago. And right off the bat, I love that we get to see Gary once again. You know, Gary is Goh's official rival in the series, and Gary is definitely pushing Goh. He's like, yo, Ash, what's good, bro? And who's this again? Like, I just love how Gary is just this cocky guy to Goh. Deep down inside, you know, Gary isn't being a jerk like how he was to Ash. Technically, he is, but this isn't the same, if you get what I mean. You know, Gary was just rude to Ash because he just thought he was better than Ash. Here, he knows he's better than Goh as well, but at the same time, he's trying to push Goh to become better. Hence, in the last episode that Gary appeared in, literally, Gary was pushing Goh to join Project Mew. So, I'm loving that Gary is being the motivator for Goh. A nice rivalry that I just said to myself, and I'm really glad to see his characterization in Journeys. I love it. His art style looks so amazing. He looks really smug and cool, yo. I'm just loving this character so much. We also get a lot of details of what Project Mew is, and I'm going to go ahead and break that down real quick. So for one, we get to meet the leader and a few other members of Project Mew. There are only 2 so far. Apparently, Project Mew is only going to consist of 5 members, and it's going to take place for the span of 1 week on this island that they believe that Mew is located on, that's surrounded by mist most of the time. And basically, many trainers are actually taking part in the Project Mew trials to try and become Project Mew members. They're only going to pick 3 trainers. Obviously, those 3 trainers are going to be Goh, Ash, and Gary. Maybe, because Ash technically isn't a part of Project Mew or taking on the trials. He's just helping out Goh. So either Ash gets a pass somehow, or there's going to be a 3rd trainer revealed later on in the series that's going to be able to join Goh and Gary, and Ash is kind of tagging along as a friend and support. But the trial missions are ways that you can get tokens to basically try and have a better chance of being one of the 3 members to join Project Mew. The 3 trainers with the most tokens will be picked. As you know, they show that they are the most competitive, they can battle the best, they're good at catching Pokemon, and they're good at working in a team. That's what these missions are for, to test all of those skills. Goh's mission in this episode is to catch an Alolan Ninetales that's in the Center region. And I just love that they actually use their Pokemon, Gengar, Dragonite, and Goh uses a couple of his Pokemon as well. I love this so much because throughout most of Journeys, Ash and Goh don't use their Pokemon. Goh uses them actually a bit more than Ash in these type of scenarios, but seeing that Ash is actually using his Pokemon to help out makes me feel so happy. Yes, unfortunately, they didn't stick around in the fight later on, but the fact that Ash actually acknowledges that he is Pokemon that can help really puts a smile on my face and lets me know that Journeys is going in the right direction. And as for the way that they handled the Alolan Ninetales in this episode, man, I love this so much. For starters, Alolan Ninetales is one of my favorite Pokemon from the Alola region, and I actually used it on my team in my playthrough through Sun and Moon. So seeing it here in the anime like this was so cool. Like, this was a ferocious Ninetales. And, you know, it kind of threw me off because I was like, Ninetales aren't really like this normally. So apparently the reason that this Ninetales is like this is because a bunch of Pokemon hunters actually kidnapped this thing from Mount Lanakila. But the plane crashed in the Sinnoh region, and that's why it is here. So seeing this story has me so interested. Will we actually get to see these hunters again from the Alola region next time we go back? I have a lot of questions, and I am actually excited to see where they go with this story. I also really love how this episode really did set Goh back a little bit. You know, Goh was motivated by Gary to want to do these trials, but when the Urshifu trainer, I don't know his name yet, I'll learn these guys' names a little later on, guys, but when this Urshifu trainer puts him down saying, you know, you shouldn't be in Project Mew, you should just go home, because they actually almost died out in the snow because they failed to get the Ninetales. Like, man, this scene was really impactful, and it just shows just how much stakes are in Project Mew. I'm really loving this setup for Goh's character. Like, technically he isn't even in Project Mu yet, and he was going through all of this. I really do feel like what they're going to do with these Project Mu missions is really about to develop Goh and Ash's characters way further beyond than we expect, and I'm looking forward to it. And I love that even though Goh was set back so hard and he technically couldn't be a part of Project Mu anymore, he still wanted to help the Alolan Ninetales and found really cool ways. For one, they found some clues like, all right, basically, look at the mountain that looks closest to Mount Lanakila, because that's the one that Ninetales would probably want to go to. There, that's cool. Then they actually get to the Ninetales, and here's where my one issue comes in, and that's the Regice. So yeah, Goh is having this moment fighting the Ninetales and it's about to catch it, but then Regice comes out of nowhere, ice beams, and it's just a distraction. Now, to be honest, I feel like this could have been handled better if Regice had more screen time, if it actually posed as a threat. Maybe if Ash and Goh together fought the Regice, because Ash is like, oh yeah, I can do this. I beat it before, I can beat it again. But Ash actually gets knocked around here. And let's be honest, the Regice was here to get Ash out of the way so that Goh could have his moment with Ninetales, which I already don't like when Journeys does that. Here, it's a bit more believable because Ash is going to get some Regice, a legendary Pokemon, but still, I really think they could have handled it better. They could have showed Pikachu's fight with Regice to show just how powerful this thing was to knock Ash and Pikachu back. Goh's moment with the Ninetales, it was really nice, but at the same time, it was kind of anticlimactic. I love the way that Goh was pushing through the roller veil to show Ninetales that, you know, he can be trusted. But in the end, the way Ninetales just kind of accepts it was kind of quick. Like, maybe if we got to see Ninetales witness Goh do something good, because all Goh did was come out here and try and fight it and tell it that, you know, he will take him home, which I guess that is the thing. Like, you know, at the end of the day, Ninetales just wants to go home. So I guess it just had no other choice but to trust Goh. But I don't know. I think it was just a bit too easy to trust Goh. I feel like maybe if Goh did something more, heck, even maybe if it helped with the Regice, if Regice put Ninetales in trouble and then Goh help protect it, then that would have made more sense. But it was still a cool moment at least. And like Regice, Urshifu was just a by the way moment as well, as he just came to one-shot the Regice, and basically that was it. Now, the trainer does mention, I will be back for you. So we might be able to see this Regice once again later down the line, which if we do, this is great storytelling. This is great build-up. But if they never tackle this Regice again, I'm going to be highly disappointed. I still think it was kind of in the way in this episode. Like, it was still pointless. Even if it does come back later, I just wish they handled it a bit better. Maybe just showed off the fight or showed off, like, you know, it is a threat a bit more than just kind of it being one-shot here, and that's it. And in the end, Goh catches the Ninetales, and it's revealed that this wasn't even a trial for Goh on Project Mu. This was just a test to see if he was able to do the trials on Project Mu to try and join Project Mu. So, yeah, man, they're going to have to go through a lot. That's what I'm saying. If this was just a test to see if he could take on the trials, just imagine the actual trials that we're going to see him and Ash go through in this series. I'm really looking forward to the character development that these characters will be getting through Project Mu. Overall, though, this episode gets a solid 7.5 out of 10 for me. It's not the best. It's not a perfect episode. It is a very enjoyable episode. It actually wasn't as rushed as I thought it was going to be, because they did do a lot in this episode. But there's a lot of complaints I do have that's keeping it from being that 10. And that's, you know, the Regice, the Ninetales kind of giving in too easily. Yeah, it's a couple things that could have made this episode a lot better. But it's still a good episode. It's a great introduction, and I am actually very hyped for more Project Mu. I'm just hoping that they handle it a bit better in the future when we actually get to see more trials. But yeah, everyone, in the comment section down below, let me know what you all thought of this episode. I'd love to hear. I'm very excited to see more of Gary and Goh's rivalry, because I'm loving Gary's characterization in Journeys, man. His strength and everything. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Trade One. Peace out.